I'm Brownie for OXS and the Thundercat Racing Association of New Zealand, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about crewing. So a Thundercat crew consists of two people: the driver, who steers the boat, controls the throttle, sitting at the back starts the race, and the co-pilot, who's at the front of the boat, uses their body weight as ballast and also moves back and forwards to make the boat go faster and slower, and then they jump out the front and finish the race by sprinting up the beach. Okay, so some piloting tips. First of all, the race starts by the pilot standing up the beach with the key in the air. He then sprints down to the boat, which the co-pilot is holding in the water. Now there's two ways you can start the boat. The first way is you jump into the boat, slam your key in and pull the pull start. The second way, and my preferred way to start, is from out of the boat, slam the key in, pull the pull start, and then as the boat takes off, swing your body into the rig. A couple of other tips to speed up your starts. First of all, get the cowie to hold the boat in the water on about a 15-degree angle with the nose pointing to the right. That way, when you slam your key in and start the boat will naturally kick left and that'll have you going in a straight line. The other thing is make sure that your tiller arm is pulled right over to the side of the boat so you can reach it when you get to it. And lastly, make sure your boat is in gear so when you start it, you're already moving forward. The other and one of the most important tips for starting is making sure you've got a good key. From factory, they come with these little toggle keys, which just slot inside there and pull out. But if you come running down to the boat and try to get this little piece of plastic in there, it's probably going to take you a while to do it. So instead, we make up keys like these, and that's just a bit of PVC down pipe. All I've done is cut the shape out, put a little hole to get it around the kill switch, and cut out a little bit of the plastic there to allow it to just spring around the kill switch when I put it in so it doesn't come out. A couple of other tips for drivers. First of all, make sure you learn throttle control. You want to be carrying good pace when you're coming into a wave because that pace is what's going to get you going out the other end flat. Now, if the wave is, say this is the wave here, you want to be coming in at a good pace and throttling off just as that nose hits the wave. If you throttle off too early, you'll send the nose down and you'll punch through the wave. If you throttle off too late, you'll go through the air and end up teabagging. So you want to be throttling off just as that nose cone hits over so that the rest of the boat comes over and you land flat on the other side. The only way to really learn this is to go out and practice, 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 and in every condition you can possibly find. The second tip is on a surf cross course, there's a couple of things to look out for. First of all, when you're going from C to D-buoy is, in big surf, is really hard to spot. So line up something on the beach, a tree or something up on the hill, a house behind a batch, whatever, and make sure you know where that is so when you come around C-buoy, you can aim for that spot and you'll generally find where the buoy is. And the other tip is once you've come around W buoy, be looking out at the surf line and picking your line so that by the time you've come around A buoy, you're not now at the last second trying to figure out how you're going to get through the surf. You've already got your line picked and you know where you're going to go. Okay, so co-piloting tips. First of all, probably don't wear shoes and jeans in the boat. I'd go with a wetsuit. But basically the co-pilot's sitting here. You've got your right hand on the bail line, left hand on this rope here, and feet inside these straps. Now you're moving forwards and backwards to use yourself for ballast for the boat. But keep in mind, the difference between on this particular boat being up against this nose cone, or right back there with your back against the transom, is about 12 kilometers an hour. So there's a huge effect you can have on speed just on where you position yourself in the boat. Again, the only way to get good at this is to practice it and get to know the feel of the boat and the angle that it likes to sit on to go fast. And when you're coming into waves, you want to get right forward up over this nose cone to pull it down to make sure you land nice and flat. As soon as you've landed and you're back on that straight, swing your body right back to the back again to get that speed up as quick as possible. Now when turning buoys, when making a left turn, these boats are light and flighty, so you want to be leaning out to get the boat to dig in and to actually get around that corner. When you're going around W buoy, with this rope here, and swing yourself over to the side of the boat. Just tore my pants. I'll let you decide whether to put that in. When the race comes to a finish, this co-pilot's going to jump out the front of the boat and sprint to the finish line. Now there's two ways to get out of a boat. There is the safe way, and the most common, it's a bit slower, which is as it comes to a stop, you just hang your feet over and flick yourself out and run. The second way, which is a bit riskier, but if you're coming up for a sprint finish, is to just put one foot against the nose cone like this. As the boat comes to a stop, use the momentum to flick yourself out and jump. Okay, and finally for co-pilots, endurance racing. Now, in my view, endurance racing is about 80% co-pilot, 20% pilot. Back there, I'm just pointing the boat in the direction and keeping the throttle on. If I've got a good co-pilot, there's not a lot else I've got to do. The co-pilot wants to be constantly adjusting for speed, keeping an eye in the distance on the horizon, looking for wind gusts or anything that's going to affect the boat, that's going to lift the nose cone up. Ignore the other boats in the race. The pilot can worry about where they are. Your job is to focus and to look forward. And remember, you want to move fast, but not jerky. You want to move smooth but fast. Just 1 kilometre an hour change, which is just a co-pilot moving from, say, here to back to here, which is, 40 centimetres. That could be a kilometre an hour. 1 kilometre an hour over a 100 kilometre race is a huge amount of distance between boats and finishing. So finally, crewing is arguably the most important thing for racing. It's the difference between first and last, and the only way to get good at it is to practice. So get out there every chance you can, in every conditions, big surf, small surf, wind, flat water, whatever you can find, and just practice as much as possible. This has been one of our introductory videos on racing in New Zealand. If you've got any other topics you'd like to see us cover, comment down below. If you'd just like to argue with us, comment down below, tell us what we're doing wrong. Other than that, check out the rest of the videos to learn about Thundercat racing, and for anywhere you can get equipment such as Cam's Marine, Salty Marine, family boats, we'll make sure that all that information is in the description below so you can click on the links and get yourself into the sport.